Okay, as you saw, we pulled into Prude Ranch, historic Prude Ranch,
Historic.
and we've been here for
I can't even tell you how many days we've been here. 5
5 days,
days already?
and we've done nothing.
Pretty much. We did do the windows.
The only thing we've done is clean the rig.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the wind has been blowing since we got here. You saw the dust we came through, and it's just it sticks. I mean, the dust just sticks to everything.
It does. It does. You wiped down the side of the fifth wheel, and yesterday you had to do it again.
And it's already dirty again.
Is it? Yeah. It's the windowsills and the windows and the screens.
Yeah, they were awful.
They were terrible.
So we decided we need to get out and see what is here and maybe make some plans to go visit some things before we have to leave.
I know.
3, 2, 1, action.
A key post in the defense system of western Texas, Fort Davis played a major role in the history of the Southwest. From 1854 until 1891, troops stationed at the post protected immigrants, freighters, mail coaches, and travelers on the San Antonio-El Paso Road, hoping to reach the gold fields of California. Today, Fort Davis is considered one of the best remaining examples of a frontier military post in the American Southwest. It is a vivid reminder of the significant role played by the military in the settlement and development of the western frontier. The post was located in a box canyon near Olympia Creek on the eastern side of the Davis Mountains, where wood, water, and grass were plentiful. Fort Davis's primary role of safeguarding the West Texas frontier against the Comanches and Apaches continued until 1881. Soldiers from the post regularly patrolled the road and provided protection for wagon trains and mail coaches. In June 1891, as a result of the Army's efforts to consolidate its frontier garrisons, Fort Davis was ordered abandoned, having outlived its usefulness. 70 years later, in 1961, the fort was authorized as a National Historic Site, a unit of the National Park Service. We love visiting historic sites, don't we?
It's my favorite.
That's one of the things, besides being able to see friends and family throughout the country, that's probably one of my favorite things to do.
Be able to go look and see how things were in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
There's a lot of history in this country, guys.
There is. And we've only just scratched the surface of what we've seen.
Yeah, we did a lot saw a lot of historic places and monuments when we did our East Coast trip a few years back.
That was pretty cool.
Through the Carolinas and up into Pennsylvania and Virginia and that area. And, you know, we just really enjoy it. There's just so much history here in this country, and it's fun to explore.
Yes, and we hope you guys get to be able to do that one day and just go out and see the things that you really have been on your bucket list.
Yeah, yeah. So while we were in Fort Davis, there's another site. You guys know I'm kind of a techno geek of sorts. I'm not an astronomer, but there is an observatory there in the Fort Davis area. There's very little light pollution in the Davis Mountains area. There's no big cities. The elevation's high. The air is clear and clean. The University of Texas has partnered with some other universities around the country, and they have a huge observatory there.
Isn't there light restrictions also that the houses
in Marfa, in the town of Marfa? Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, while we were there, I thought, gosh, we've got to go see this.
Yeah.
And so we packed up and headed up the mountain, and it was closed.
It was closed. We didn't do our homework. We advise you guys to do your homework
Yeah.
and figure out how everything is run and the guided tours and the non-guided tours, because we didn't do that.
I just assumed that it was a weekday, and so on a Monday I figured it was going to be open, right?
It was spring break.
Well, yeah, but that's not why it was closed. They are
No.
closed on Sundays and Mondays.
This is true. But if you're going to go, you need to do a guided tour. We recommend
Yeah.
the guided tour because, like I said, we went and it was spring break. So everything was filled with kids, which is great. But
Yeah.
it was busy. It was very busy.
Yeah, so they have 3 different options for you when you go visit the observatory, and it's something that you need to see while you're there. It's pretty cool. But they have 3 options. You can just go into the visitor center and then drive along the grounds and do your own little self-guided tour, or that was a $3 deal, and then or you can opt for an additional $2 and go watch a presentation on the sun.
That was really exciting to see.
It was.
Because we got to see the sun live.
Live through a telescope.
Yeah, and all the gases coming off the sun
Yeah.
and everything. It was really worth it. I mean, it's $2 to go see it. Come on.
Yeah, and it was in the auditorium, and she had a live view from a telescope there on the grounds
She did a great
of the
job.
sun.
Yeah.
And yeah, she did. She
She was
did
a
a
great
very
presenter.
Yeah, she did a really good job, and it was very interesting. And then we drove up on the hills. They have 3 large telescope buildings
Yeah.
on the grounds. They're about 6,700 feet, I think. 62 and change, I think it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really high.
Yeah. Yeah. It was high.
So anyway, we drove up, and you can opt for some guided tours, which is an additional. I think it's an additional $5. I think it's $10 for the whole gamut, or $8 for seniors and veterans with a discount. But the guided tours were all taken when we got there, unfortunately. I wish we had known, and I wish we had signed up for a guided tour. But
Yes, 'cause
anyway.
we left the next day or
Yeah.
2 days later.
But anyway, we did go up and we took a look at the buildings, and we did get a chance to walk into some of the buildings and see the structures themselves and read a little bit about the telescopes. And that was pretty cool.
It was. It was.
We have talked to some people that have done the guided tour, and they say it's pretty neat. They do a really good job. And while we were up there at elevation, driving around, seeing some of the buildings, we saw some javelinas.
I don't know if they're so cute or the creepiest things. I don't know, but they look like little prehistoric pigs.
Yep.
But it was fun. It was, of course, Jim had to follow him in the Jeep.
Wild hogs.
Wild hogs. Oh, it was fun. It was fun. They could care less. They were too busy eating. They're like, get out of my way. I'm eating.
But we had a really good time while we were in Fort Davis. As we told you, it was kind of a chill time for us. We were there for 10 days. The RV park was good.
I'd go back.
Yeah.
If we went there, I'd definitely be able to go back to that. Like he said before, I think in the previous video, it needed some TLC.
Right.
But I'd love to see a bunch of volunteers go in there and just clean it up and just make it look really nice. The office was really cool.
Yeah.
And it had a cafeteria in there, so when they have kids and adults that are in there learning and doing horseback rides, they have a cafeteria to eat at, and they have places to stay. So it's really a cool thing. I love horses anyway, so it was great to be able to go out and pet the horses.
And it's done in a Western motif.
It is.
It's all dark wood. It's a lot of it's oak, and it's just really well done. The decorations around it, they're trying to keep it in the mode of the Old West, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of the old buildings, a lot of the buildings that are on site, but they have, I don't know how many total sites they have, but I think one night is like $30 plus tax or something like that. We stayed for 10 nights with tax, I think we were at $270 for full hookups.
Wow. Yeah. And it was so quiet. Of course, we were the only ones in the lower area.
Yeah.
And so we had the whole place to ourselves for a week.
But it's a nice RV park. It's just up the hill from town.
10 miles away from McDonald's Observatory. That was close.
Yeah, they only have they boast that their internet is good, and their internet is awesome in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
It was like 300 down and 300 up, but once you got out onto the RV park, it was not. It wasn't a very solid signal, so we had to fire up
Starlink for the win.
Yeah, because our T-Mobile phones didn't do well in that area.
It didn't.
But we did fire up Starlink and had a great connection there.
Yeah.
And if we needed super fast, we could go into the office and use their guest Wi-Fi, and it
Which
worked
you
out.
did upload a video.
I did.
Which worked out well.
Yeah. So anyway, we thoroughly enjoyed our time there. As I say, it could use a little TLC, but it was a nice stop.
It was. We recommend it if you want to have a nice little quiet overnight stay or
Yeah.
a week stay. It's nice.
It is about 5,200 feet in elevation. The mountains around there are anywhere between 7,000 and 8,000 feet peaks, and
Who'd have thought
yeah.
Texas would have that high of hills, but they do.
So anyway, we packed it up. We had been watching the forecast. As you know, we had been blown out with sand and wind most of the trip.
To say we're tired of the wind is small, because we were just so tired of that wind, and it not just little wind. It was
big wind.
Big wind.
Yeah, it was.
Big dirt wind.
So we decided that we were going to leave early in the morning before the heavy winds came through. They were forecasting 50, 60 mile an hour winds coming through after 10 a.m. And so I kind of did my homework, looked at our route out, and figured if we could get up to Interstate 10 out of the Davis Mountains before 10 o'clock, that was our best chance to get out of the heavy winds, which we did.
We did.
And so
They caught us eventually, but it wasn't bad.
But we loaded everything the day before, the night before, and all we did is we left the water hooked up, the power hooked up, and the Starlink was on. But we hooked up the fifth wheel to the truck, and
Boy, I tell you, if we could do that every time,
that
would be awesome.
We were out early.
Yeah. Yes.
Turkey stove, chairs are set.
Yes.
Dishwasher,
Yes.
refrigerator, and
Microwave's done.
everything else in the garage is done. It's dark.
We're getting out of here early this morning because there's supposed to be horrific winds coming.
Yeah, there's a big front coming through, and gets light at about 8. So we're pretty well buttoned up. We buttoned up last night, and we just kind of put everything together this morning. We're just going through the checklist, and I've got to do a walk around and warm up the truck, but everything's disconnected, and we just need to put one more slide in, turn off the lights, and we're down the road. All right, so here we go. Last slide.
Ready.
In. Do a light check on the Jeep.
Yep, light check, roll test for the Jeep.
Okay, we're good.
Everything else is done, which is amazing. So we're gonna go out in the dark. Here we go. Starting to get a little light, if you can see off in the distance. It's kind of pretty. We're trying not to start the trucks too early, because we don't want to wake everybody up with our big truck.
sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. To all those places on the wall, and none come close to this, I'm sure. You try to say the sunrise the same, but tell me, have you ever danced in the rain? And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. Try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. I'll never find.
Look at that.
Solar farm.
Yeah, it's a big solar farm. Wow.
I'd like to have those on top of your RV.
Well, you wouldn't run out of power, would you? It's constant.
Well, we're off on the back roads.
We are.
We got about 275 miles from our turnoff, and the GPS came up and said rerouting due to road closure.
It didn't say what for, but
So what we do is I have Kelly jump on Google Maps on her phone and see what it says. And sure enough, it said I-10 was closed, but it didn't say, again, didn't give a reason. I'm
no.
guessing an accident, I don't know. So we wanted to beat the frontal system that was coming through the Davis Mountains today. So we left in the dark, didn't we?
We did. It was nice. We got everything done last night.
Yep.
Hooked everything up.
Yep.
And we just had to do the rolling test on our Jeep and the lights, and that was it.
Yep.
It was really a nice morning.
So we are on the road. We got on the road about 7:45 a.m. We did beat the winds, which is a good thing.
Yeah. We've had it with winds. We've had enough wind.
Yeah.
Driving.
They were supposed to be up to 50-mile-an-hour winds today. And it's supposed to be windy in San Antonio as well, but not as bad as that. So we got on the road early, and now the GPS is rerouting us, and we just lost about 40 minutes on our arrival time.
But we left so early this morning that
It's okay.
we're still going to get in early, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was 2:30, now it's 3:24.
Yep.
Wow. That's all right.
So we're taking the back roads for a while. I don't know how far we got to be, but we'll see how it goes. So how'd you like your time in Fort Davis?
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice and relaxing, and we got a lot of cleaning done.
We did.
That was huge.
Yeah, we did. I washed the was washing the windshield last night in the mirrors, the outside mirrors on the truck. And behind the hood of the truck, underneath the windshield, there's a little cavity where the windshield wipers sit, and it was probably an inch of sand in there.
Oh my gosh.
So we had dirt, sand everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done with the flying dirt.
Yep. So anyway, we're headed to 1,000 Trails Campground. We've been there before a couple of times. Medina Lake, just outside of San Antonio. And we're going to spend some time there. Hopefully see some friends of ours if they have time.
Yeah.
And if not, then we'll just kind of take it easy for a couple of weeks. We've got some catch up to do. We've got some grocery shopping we need to do, so we can go into Costco and
Yay.
maybe Sam's Club, do a little shopping.
Hit all the good stores.
Yeah, before we move on up into the DFW area. So I'm gonna pay attention to this road because this is all back farm to market roads.
It is.
And I'm going to pay
Curvy.
attention to the road. And the
there
weather's
is-
good. We haven't had any wind so far. It's been really clear. The sun was in our
Yeah.
eyes. Beautiful drive out of the Davis Mountains this morning.
Yes, it was. It was great. It's really nice to get out early
Yeah, I
like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty nice.
Like Kelly said, we did everything yesterday. We loaded the Can-Am. We hooked up the Jeep. We dumped the tanks. We did everything except tear down the Starlink and disconnect the water and disconnect the electric. We even hooked the truck up, so it was just a matter of
Yeah.
starting it up, letting it warm while we brought in the slides and disconnected everything and hit the road about 7:45. So it's been a good day.
Yeah. Very nice day. And it's beautiful out.
It
Holy
is.
cow.
It is.
It's great.
All right, it's supposed to be 90 in San Antonio, so wish us luck.
Put your lips on mine. I love it when we hide in the pale blue sky, floating on cloud nine. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. To earth, it's just as good as up there. I'm gonna keep you near, 'cause you're all I need, my dear. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. Safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, I'll be
So that's our story on Fort Davis, and we are currently here in just outside of San Antonio, on the west side of San Antonio, near
Little
Medina
breezy,
Lake.
A little breezy, but it's nice.
It is.
It's really nice.
This is part of our 1,000 Trails package. 1,000 Trails has been good to us,
Yeah. Yes. Always have a nice place to stay with them.
but we have some very, very dear friends that live on the east side of San Antonio. And they've been going through some medical issues, and we did not get a chance to stop by and see them on our way south this year. So on our way north, we thought we'd swing by and spend some time and hopefully be able to spend some time with them. And we're gonna hopefully get that chance. Medina Lake is interesting. We'll have to do a review on this.
We will.
It's dry,
It's very dry, and of course,
extreme drought.
I don't know how this looks like in the spring and summertime, but right now
We're in the spring.
It is almost spring, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what it looks like in the winter or in the summertime, because everything is pretty dry.
Yeah, it is. It's really dry.
Yeah.
But we had a really good trip. And again, this is why we live this lifestyle, guys, so that we can see the sights. Fort Davis, should it be on your bucket list? Probably not. I don't see anything that would have me go back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, been there, done that. We're good.
Yeah. You're probably good on a Monday through Friday in Fort Davis. We enjoyed our stay. We needed some downtime. We needed some unwind time, which we got.
We did.
We have talked to some friends that really like the Fort Davis area, and they tell us that the temperatures there in the summertime are 10 to 15 degrees cooler than they are in the big city, which is why it's such a popular spot for
it's very appealing.
for the big city folks.
Yeah.
But we're just moving on. Again, this is why we love this lifestyle, is we get to kind of pick and choose where we want to go. And right now we're in San Antonio again, and
we're so happy to be here.
Getting ready to move north, aren't we?
We are.
All right.
Can you believe that?
I know. I'm excited, to be honest with you.
I am too. I can't wait to see the kids. We get to be in Paradise, Texas for 3 weeks, and then Oklahoma, and then Montana.
Back to Montana.
Can you believe it? We're so close. Yeah, we're so close to being to Montana. It's very exciting.
All right, let's wrap this one up. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, from San Antonio, Texas.
It all starts with an idea.
Take those ideas, turn them into reality, just like we are, guys, and make some wonderful, wonderful memories. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.